Kyiv confirms poisoning of Intel chief Budanovs' wife.
Here's a summary of the article.
We and our vendors store and/or access information on a device, such as cookies, and process personal data, such as unique identifiers to personalize content and ads, provide social media features, analyze our traffic, and develop and improve products. We and our vendors may use precise geolocation data and identification through device scanning with your permission. You may click to consent to our and our partners' processing as described above. You may access more detailed information and change your preferences before granting or refusing consent. Please note that some processing of your personal data may not require your consent, but you have a right to object to such processing. You can change your preferences at any time by returning to this site.
This post received a score of 6,300, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
A heavy dose of mercury, lead, chromium, arsenic and cadmium can be lethal. A heavy dose of brick, around 500 grams to 1 kilogram at a moderate velocity, can be lethal too.
You referring to Zelensky's balls?
Those are made of steel. But yes, lethal. Greater than those are made of Ukrainium.
Damn it, this is the coolest name of an element I have ever read.
Ruthenium sounds silly, but it's plentiful, very brittle and weak, poisons everything it touches, and stings worse than a dead whale on a warm summer day.
Poisoning the wife of the guy that works for the guy they want to kill is pretty weak.
Well, it creates paranoia and shows that there are holes in the security and intelligence network. It also worsens morale and faith in the leader, because if someone who is quite close to the leader can be hit, what about you far lower on the rung?
Messing with an intelligence chief's wife is bound to get some missions greenlighted inside of Russia, and any moral high ground that might have been holding him back is probably gone.
You're not wrong that it could lead to retaliations by Ukraine. But let's pretend Russia has ever had any moral high ground to stand on. Not now, not in the last 30 years. Maybe not even in the last 100 years.
Oh, Russia certainly doesn't. I am just saying they are more likely to get a taste of their own medicine pulling crap like this.
Russian scum again. Must suck to lose all the time.
Putin's Russia are losers. Losers in mentality, losers as leaders, losers in strategy, losers as Russians. There can be no breaking bread and saving Eastern Europe with these sick ignorant cowards acting like they own the place.
We need to stop saying Putin's Russia. Russia has long been a cruel imperialist nation.
The people at the top are filthy rich and care nothing for the common Russian, and far less for the ethnically non-Russians. This was the case when the Tsars were in charge. This was the case when the USSR was a thing. This was the case when Yeltsin was president, and it's still absolutely the case with Putin in charge. Russia is still just Russia, a corrupt shithole where the people at the top exploit everyone beneath them as hard as possible, and it's been that way for at least a couple of centuries.
Ruling over the serfs since time began.
She hasn't left her husband's side since the war began. She actually lives in the office building he has been working in. He's survived multiple assassination attempts, including a car bomb that wounded him. I'm honestly teary-eyed here, the level of devotion and commitment these two have to each other and their country. She's a strong woman, and I pray for her swift recovery. Her poor husband must be hurting terribly, and I wish him the strength to continue on with both his wife and his cause. Less than 3.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.